Oh yes, welcome back to MCC News. It is your Wednesday 20th of March edition of the news, and without further ado, let's jump into it! Oh yes, and before we indeed jump into the news, could you please make sure that when you subscribe to my channel, you are subscribed and with post notifications on all. By clicking the button in, it does allow you to receive all notifications. Taking it off looks like that, putting it in looks like this. So there's two notches each side to kind of show the ringing of the bell. And the reason I ask this is because I'm having an argument with YouTube, and also subscribers have said they've not been receiving notifications even though it has been set to this. So it just double make sure that that is indeed done. Thank you very much. Our first story begins with a complaint based on the Cavalier crystal. Not the standard one, the one you buy with units, but the 4-hour one. Now I've seen several stories about this. Obviously we covered one where it's complaining about the fact that 3 stars were in the Cavalier crystal, but looking at this from the 4-hour perspective, in comparison to say the 4-hour one, which is for uncollected, it doesn't really seem as a substantial jump up that you would normally expect, especially with certain aspects being taken out to replace them with, say, more valuable items. This forum post does show a very well-rounded argument, taking aspects of, say, what you get when uncollected with a small chance of getting a 4-star, comparing it with getting a small chance of getting a 5-star. Those types of comparisons. Now there have been some sort of stories of like good luck with the 6-star shards being got from one daily crystal, but are there any others? The answer is a resounding no, with Gigabyte even jumping in to say like taking on the criticism, takes it on board, takes the feedback on board, but at the same time reiterates that it's meant to be a small jump up. This is very much a indifferent thing. There will be a lot of players that do feel strongly about the kind of step up, and we kind of feel that there should be a bit more. If you're putting your time, your resources, in some cases people put in their money, they want to feel that they're getting something back, especially something that could grow and feel that they're getting more worth from it. This may be something Kabam could change in future, so fingers crossed for this, but it doesn't look like it's going to change right at this moment. But what are your thoughts on those that have the Cavalier status? Do you think that getting this new title and also getting the things that come with it feel of value? What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section below, or go to this forum post and have your say. Next up, and if you want up-to-date information about immunities and the way that certain champions interact with them, what immunities they have, what they don't, another champion to say go with like reducing the amount of damage coming in from one specific type of debuff, then Marvel Contest Champion Strukos has got you covered with this fantastic piece of information here. The link is in the description, and it'll give you all that information that you require in order to improve your game and prepare thusly. In other news, and a bit of bone of contention, is the fact that in the completion event, which is currently on at the moment and will obviously expire very shortly, is the fact that there's no Act 6 Chapter 1 reference for the point of getting, well, points from doing the event. So that is disappointing to see, and it is something that Kabam need to change very quickly, because for a lot of players they would have grinded this out and the amount of points would have been beneficial to alliances in order to progress further and get a decent rank out this particular event. And at that point, a wild Kabam Lyra appears and says that they're indeed going to look at this. So hopefully in the future this is addressed. It's a bit of a shame with completion being so fresh, like it's been nearly a week since we've had Act 6 out, and not having anything for points is a little bit annoying, because a lot of players will probably be grinding this out. It's lost points, lost opportunities. So it is a bit disappointing, but let's hope next time, the next time we get completion for 3-day event, it is represented for Act 6 Chapter 1. Next up, I want to give a shout out to AllianceWar.com. So I saw this in the forum that was mentioned, and at the same time I wanted to check out to see what it's like. Basically, this is a fantastic tool if you're looking to create an alliance war and also look at your offensive champions, defensive champions, and just setting stuff up, especially if you're an officer or an alliance leader. This is an amazing tool and needs to be utilized a lot more. The site allows you to save projects, and especially to then go back to these things to go, right, well, I'm changing this person to that person. Alliance people change left, right, and center, so you need to structure accordingly. Now, it's great. Strongly recommend it. I'm not promoting this because I've been paid to promote this, but I just see, when I see something good, I'm gonna be like, hey, we'll go over it and take a look. It may be of value to you, it may not be, but this is a great tool and a great way to structure your Alliance Wars teams. And also structuring your placement based on what the nodes are gonna be on the given type of difficulty that you're gonna be putting your champions on. Hey, do you remember that tier 5 class Catice offer last week that Kabam then pulled fairly swiftly because it wasn't really in keeping with what was going on? It would mean that the game currency, people would be too stronger, blah, 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 blah. Right, and they said, oh, we're gonna take it away. Well, 7 days later, it looks like people are still keeping their items. So that's good, isn't it? I know they were looking to fix the issue, but at the same time, it looks like people have indeed kept some of their offers, or all of their offers. People have obviously waiting around. They're kind of like, we're unsure, like what's going to happen. Number one, when am I going to get my refund? The questions are. And the second one is, well, I've ranked up champions. When are you going to rank them down? What is the deal? There's also another story afoot with the idea of compensation for the Alliance Quest issue of, I think, approaching 3 weeks ago. That's probably going to go into a month. So there's a lot of things I know Kabam are up to that they need to sort out, but at the same time, there's things that they've got to address. There's still no word from Kabam on the subject, so I guess a lot of people are still going to be waiting around to find answers. They've probably got champions that are highly ranked up now, and they're kind of like worried, like, well, what do I do? Am I going to do something with this? Am I going to then, is this going to be an exploit? A lot of people are still worried and they want answers, so hopefully Kabam can answer them. Next up, if you remember last week, we discussed the Act 1 to Act 4 improved rewards. Now, this is something that if you have recently completed Acts 1 to Act 4, then you would receive the improved rewards. So the kind of little margin of extras. But if you were prior to December 2018 in getting these done, then you were not going to receive it. So someone like me who did Act 4 to Act 1 between 2015 and 2016, I would not receive anything, but others would if it was December and earlier. If you're in the same boat, then you may have felt a little bit kind of like, well, cheesed off by it, like you're not getting it. There's a debate now started in the forum, so if you did want to be part of the debates, then go to the link in the description and have your say. It does kind of look at different kind of argument processes. To some people, they'll be able to get the rewards quite easily, but at the same time, it does feel that it could be a bit of a jump up for newer players. Either way, whatever your thoughts are, go to the link in the description. If it gets closed, go and have a comment in the comment section below. Final story is all about Nick Fury and Rogue getting into the arena. Now, Rogue seems to be more of an easy one to predict, and I'm going with a 1.8 mil for that champion. And then the 5-star Nick Fury, this is where it's difficult because I don't know where players are going with this, if they're extensively grinding out. If we're back to those days again, quite possibly. And for this point, I think that based on his hype and at the same time usage, we could see about 55 mil. But don't be surprised if the champion goes for 60 mil. That's something, you know, you just can't bank on, but at the same time, players may go down that route, 55 mil for that. And the 4-star Nick Fury, I'm going to be doing this myself because I want the synergy usage, and that's why I think the value is, unless you're going to use him in Act 6, well, don't even talk about it. Don't even go there, girlfriend. But I'm going with 12.5 mil for that champion, but still usage of things like uncollected, if you're going to then use the champion for variant runs, other content that you can actually use 4 stars in, then he does have some usage. So I'm going for, as I said, 12.5 mil. Predictions should be down below as they normally are. So thank you. Now that's been the news. If you enjoyed today's news, hit the like button and subscribe for more Marvel content to Champions-based content. If you've got a thought on any of the things that we covered, put it in the comment section below. Just a quick note from me, a lot of the content you're going to see between now and Sunday is going to be kind of content that I recorded last week. It's not going to be overly amazing. And at the same time, this is because I'm trying to write a little bit more in advance and write some stuff and ideas that you have given me, which takes time, and I just want to structure that in and make sure that it's good and better than the stuff I put out for the last 2 weeks. So that's what I'm working on. The only fresh bit of content will be Friday's news and also Monday's news. If there's anything that breaks as a story or there's anything interesting in the community to discuss, I will do a fresh video, but I'll probably mention it's a fresh video. So yeah, I want to say thank you very much with all the troubles I've had battling with YouTube and the fact they haven't been sending out notifications. Thank you for hitting the notifications bell and sorting that out for me. If you have any, and also YouTube do say, send them a complaint, because that's the only way they're going to actually do something. You need to put hashtag Twitter, hashtag notifications. I'll put a pinned comment in the comment section below in order to kind of mention what to do, as it will help me out and also sort out YouTube, because they're just really peeing me off at the moment. In any case, see you later on for the streams as normal. Those are fresh, so I shall see you in the streams. Thanks very much, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.
The secrets falling,